See, I've been watching you for a while. You smile and stuff, but I know I can give it to you for the night. Alright, is that alright, baby? Baby, there is only one for me. You have made that part so reality. We could take that step to say, if this is really gonna be, all you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, baby, embrace your feet. Open up your mind, just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so right. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, baby, embrace your feet. Open up your mind, just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so, so, so. You has taken time, take time. But I always knew you could be mine. I recognize the butterflies inside me. This is gonna be late tonight, tonight. All you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, baby, embrace your feel. Open up your mind, just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so right. Don't deny what you feel, baby, embrace your feel. Open up your mind, just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so, 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 so. You make me so, so, so. You make me so. You make me so.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Quiet Drive. I am the Black Knight, and I have my lovely co-host with me, the Dame, and we are expecting a special guest tonight. Shout out to those who will be coming in. And let me give a quick hello to my co-host, Dame. How are you, Dame?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
As I was telling you, we have a special guest tonight. We will be bringing on with us the leader, or I'm sorry, the host of Ladies Night on the Overdrive 3G. That is Wanda Harris. She will be with us on as a special guest, and will weigh in on some of these topics, and we will have her perspective. So we're getting back on track, people. We had a little hiatus. Um, Vonda is in the building. Vonda, the link is in Discord, so you can jump on whenever you want. So, Dame, we're going to try to be a little serious tonight.
Okay.
Let's talk about a few things here. We've been clowning the last several days, but
Mm-hmm.
we can be funny people.
Yeah.
And while we're beginning this podcast, when people start coming in, um, I've been noticing that YouTube isn't sending out the publications. The notifications. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I wonder if people get the notifications, but anyway, we'll get this show on the road. Just want to tell everybody, shout out to the E Nation, peace, power, unity, and ready. The drive will be airing this week. The 3G drive will be airing this week. I've just been busy. We also have Ladies Night coming back up again. It's going to be pretty good. We're going to have a couple of special guests on there, Jay Shine, Smoothie, and Gray. And they will be talking about guns and guns and guns. Anyway, let's welcome to our panel the lovely host of Ladies Night, Ms. Vonda Harris. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm doing good, Max. How are you? Hey, Dame.
Hey, Vonda.
This is the first time Ms. Harris has joined me and the Dame on the QuieT Drive, and she is our colleague, and we're very happy to have her.
Mm-hmm.
And so she'll be chiming in from time to time on the topics as me and Dame get the show rolling. Okay, Dame.
Yes.
Ready to get started?
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
everybody. Okay, everybody, here we go.
Okay.
All right, now, the first topic we're going to touch tonight is the importance of compromising in relationships. The second topic we'll be talking about is what kind of man or woman would you choose to marry if you had that choice. All right, so let's get on into the first topic, Miss Dame, compromising in a relationship. How important is it? Let me see. Well,
Yeah. Well, it's very important because you're two people and y'all coming together to form a relationship and y'all living together for the first time. So there's gonna have to be some compromises to have the relationship grow and go forward. Um, and the thing is figuring out what to compromise on, or things that'll work out for y'all. Sometimes y'all gonna have to try a few things to find out what works for y'all.
I let me ask you this though, right?
Hmm.
Are there before we get to the compromising things, let's look at it this way.
Hmm.
Are there any things in a relationship, in your opinion, where you say that there is no compromising? It's either this or it's nothing.
Um, well, yes, there, um, faithfulness, um, is not a compromise. You either are or you aren't. And everybody wants their spouse to be faithful to them. Even the cheaters don't want to be cheated on. So yes, there's that's something that relationships across the board. There's no compromise.
All right, okay, we'll definitely unpack that, right? But let's get
Mhm.
to the compromising. I do think that compromising, now it depends on the relationship, okay?
Mhm.
Because there's different types of relationships. You got friendship, that's a
Uh-huh.
relationship,
Uh-huh.
right? You have a courting type relationship, whether you be a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Mhm.
That's a relationship depending on how long, what kind of time you're going to spend together, right? And
Right.
then you have the ultimate in relationships. You have the marriage, right?
Hmm. Right.
Let's go. Let's start with the first one first. The friendship. Now, in a
Yeah.
friendship, I look at it this way. I don't really do any compromising. In the friendship,
Hmm.
I don't really hold friend. I care about my friends, but they're my friends.
Hmm.
Okay, if they do something fucked up, we'll take a look at it. But it's not that I'm going to actually change who I am because they can't get with it or they seem to be stumbling and bumbling. I don't have to change who I am to be a friend.
Yeah.
I look at friends as they should be understanding and they shouldn't be putting any expectations on their friends to change unless those changes are putting that person in harm's way or putting them in harm's way. Then that's when I think that a change is needed. There should be some compromising there on whether it be behavior or uh, verbal insensitivity that may cause some kind of conflict. So in a friendship, I'm kind of against compromising unless there's something detrimental in play. What do you think? What's your take?
Um, I think friendships is where you learn what to compromise or not to compromise. Um, because they're friendships. Um, each friendship is a little different, you know. I have a friend I can be brutally honest with, and she takes it in stride and she go with it. But I have another friend I can't be that brutal with her. I can be honest, but I gotta, kind of soften it up a little bit. It'd be truthful, but another way of taking it,
Okay.
So for me, I have to compromise my interaction with them. They different people and they respond differently to different things. So,
Right.
I am compromising is I'm compromising how I interact with them, you know?
Okay. Let Vonda. Let's bring you in on this. Let me get your take as far as compromising in the friendship.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, one thing about it is that if you choose not to compromise, it actually can cost you that relationship in the long run, you know? Um, because what happens is that you don't work out those problems. They never resolve themselves. And you actually will revisit it. It will come back to you. And if you're with somebody, think about it. If you're with someone who never compromises, then it's going to make you less likely to want to compromise with them because they're not ever compromising with you. So there's already a wall being built there. The longer you stay together and the longer you go in this relationship with not compromising, with one another. Um, it could really derail the relationship, and I don't think it's very positive.
Do you think
Um,
it's kind of heavy for a friendship though? Like, I mean, it's just your friends. I'm not saying that we don't care about our friends or some of us don't love our friends because we most certainly do. But see, I look at compromise in a different way. I think that's something that should be done in a more serious relationship. Not saying that friendships aren't serious, but they aren't like uh how do I put it? I mean, I don't know. I just don't see it the same way in the friendship. I guess because I'm not attached to my friends in any kind of intimate way. Now, I'm not saying that I'm against a settlement or uh, not being agreeable in the situation or not trying to settle a dispute, but it depends. It depends. I guess sometimes in the friendship, if there's an issue, usually it's a mutual concession. So to me, the compromise is already built in, but it's not
Okay.
something that I'm seeking out in a friendship. Because I feel for my friends, I don't have to change unless I'm not. Uh, I don't have to compromise. I don't have to. Uh, uh,
Okay.
Well, when
accept.
it
Like I
well,
don't have to accept anything that's less than my own standard.
hmm
My friends should understand who I am. They should respect who I am. I don't feel that I have to acquiesce or look to settle things with them or clear up any disputes unless they're absolutely detrimental to the relationship. Go ahead.
well, the way I see it is that at the end of the day, it all depends on the type of time that you spend with your friends. Now, when you are married or, have a girlfriend or in a relationship, then of course you may not have as much time for your friends. But when you spend a great deal of time with your friends, um, there are compromises that you do have to make, such as, let's say you guys decide, hey, guys, let's go to a movie, and then maybe there's three of you guys and two of you guys want to go to the movies and the third guy doesn't want to go to the movies. Do you just say, oh, you going anyway, or we'll see you later?
Yeah,
Or so there
I
are
would.
people who
No,
compromise
because
and
yeah, I would because I want to go to the movies. I'm not in some ironclad agreement with my friends. I mean, they're my friends. If you're my friend, you respect who I am. I respect who you are. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not looking for you to um, impede your life or it impede your enjoyment. If three of us are going to the movies and two of us decide to go and I'm one of them, and a third will talk about, well, I don't want to go. All right, we'll see you later, man. We'll holler at you and let you know how the movie went.
hmm
Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and tell my son, all right, well, you know what? So and so don't want to go to the movies. Let's get together and come up with a solution to figure out how could we get him in the movie or should we all go? And I mean, I'm not doing that. Dane, what do you think?
Um, I think that don't require compromise because your friends are your friends. They either accept it or not. Or if y'all had plans to go to the movies and then decide. But compromising that I'm thinking of is different. It's the building of the friendship. You know, when you um when you first make a friend, y'all are getting to know each other and understand each other's dynamics and relationship and everything from the way they speak to how they act in certain situations, and you
Well,
make a decision whether to accept or not accept situations.
no,
That's a
you're getting
compromise.
yeah, but you see, you're going out of the range of friendship. You see, you're talking about compromising. You're talking about making mutual concessions. You know, you're agreeing to say, okay, I'll put this down or I'll tone this down for the sake of this or for the sake of that. And then that person is choosing to do the same thing. You guys are making a mutual concession. Basically, you're coming to a compromise, right? To get
But
something settled, right?
yeah, well, mutual conception is a form of compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a form of compromise, you
Well,
know?
that is
but
compromising.
but at the
Yeah,
same time, I mean, you guys, when we say, compromise, it doesn't always have to be this deep, meaningful thing.
hmm
A compromise could be as simple as, have you ever gone on a trip with your friends? Three guys, three girls, whatever. You guys have gone on a trip, you know, and you guys start, planning your day. For the most part, when you're going to, let's say a foreign country, you go to, Spain together. You're not going to be out there. Okay, well, you guys can go over here, and I'm just going to go over there. If you guys want to do two separate things, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. You're going to, compromise and be like, okay, maybe first we can go to the museum, and then we'll go to that, ice cream, parlor that you wanted to go to, and then we can go over here and, whatever. So there are
Okay,
compromises.
all right. Okay, well, let me do this. Okay, say uh, you and your girlfriends, right? Say it's eight of y'all, and y'all been planning this trip now for 2 months, right? Everybody got their ticket money. Everybody got their tickets ready. You got your clothes. You know, went shopping. You know, spend money. Um, you put some money to the side that you've saved. Y'all get ready to go on this great vacation type trip, right? And then y'all are ready to go. The limousine is here to take y'all to the airport because y'all getting ready to do it in style. And then one of your girlfriends shows up talking about something. Well, hey, could we postpone this because I got a bad knee. You know, I hurt my knee. Could we do this some other time? Are you serious? What's your response to that? Hello?
Well,
Well,
Did you guys hear me?
well, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so, you know, eight of y'all
Um,
done made. So now seven of y'all sitting there like, what? Now, this is your friend.
yeah,
She just injured her knee and she can't go.
right.
She's wanted all seven of you to say, okay, well, you know what? We're going to stop it, put it on hold, and wait until your knee gets better. Now, the problem I have with that is you all have jobs, you all have lives. You don't know if you have that kind of time to sit aside. So what's the compromise there?
The compromise will be that it's going to be understood that she's going to miss this trip. It's very unfortunate that she hurt her knee. We could not have foreseen that. She didn't foresee it. But like you said, we do have jobs. We did plan to go on this trip. So it's hard for us to not take it. And then also, when you plan a trip and you book the trip, you put money into the trip already.
Hmm.
You know, so
That's not a, yeah, but that's not a mutual concession.
well,
If
no,
you're
what I'm
saying,
saying,
okay, yeah, if you're saying, okay, well, you know what? We did all of this stuff and we're sorry you hurt your knee, but we can't postpone this trip. That's not a mutual concession. That's not a compromise.
Well,
well,
depending on the type of trip, would have to, they probably would alter the things. Anything that requires a lot of walking, they might compromise or see about getting her a wheelchair, or a travel wheelchair so they can push her to wherever they're going. Um, yeah, so they might persuade her to come if she decides to compromise that way, and they just cut down on certain activities that she can't participate in.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, that's a compromise, but are you guys willing to do that? I mean, look, I don't mean to be a prick, but look, I'm sorry you hurt your knee. Uh, I mean, I'll get you a trinket or something, but I can't be doing it. I'm going on a trip to have some fun and enjoy myself. I don't want to be pushing your behind around in a wheelchair. Not that I don't care about you, but it's not something I want to do. I want to go on a trip and have some fun. I'm just
Oh,
not into pushing you around in a wheelchair.
okay. Well, I guess that you don't have that close of a friendship, where,
No, I love my friends to death. I'm just realistic. I'm not, hey, man, you hurt your knee. Feel bad about that. Want you to get better and everything. If you even need a few dollars to help pay the bill, I
uh,
got you. But I'm not going to push you around in a wheelchair for a trip that I plan to go have some damn fun on. I'm not doing that.
okay, well, then the person that's injured might compromise and go, look, I'm sorry I can't make it. I'm hurt. Y'all go ahead without me. And we try again another time. But y'all go ahead and enjoy the trip. Get me this or that. um, and send me all the pictures and stuff and let me know how it was. You could have the person who's injured make that compromise. Say, hey, and they might be like, oh, but we can do this and that. So no, 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 nobody's ruining it, altering their plans and stuff like that. Nobody should be pushing me around. What kind of fun is that? You
Exactly.
never know. Yeah. So the person that might be injured might uh do the compromise. Y'all go without me and stuff like that, and but still, have y'all fun and stuff like that. Give me whatever. Or the friends might compromise with the wheelchair offer. They don't mind because she's such a good friend. They have fun together and stuff like that. It depends on the dynamics of the friendship, you know, and how much this person means to them.
Well,
Sometimes both happen.
What do you say, Wanda?
well, I mean, at the same time, she should realize if she is physically not able
Hmm.
to go on the trip, I do not think that that is fair for her to think that everyone else, the other what 7 people, should cancel their trip because she was injured. In the trip. Now, I mean, if and it's just a knee injury, which would prevent her, I guess, from being mobile on the trip. It's not like she's in the hospital in a coma, and we like, well, girl, we don't care about your car accident. We hope you come out the coma, but we going on this trip. It's not
Yeah,
like that. But
yeah.
Yeah,
but
that
what
would be
Dame
different.
said, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
agree
would be
with what,
different.
huh?
Yeah, that would be different. Now I would stop if my friend got injured like that. Then I would call off the trip.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, but most people, if that situation
But if you
happened, the
just hold on
person
one
that's
second, hold on one
injured.
second, hold on one second. But
Okay.
if you just bumped your knee and you limping around and you need a week or so, man, look, I'm not, I'm out. Go on and get your knee taken care of. I'm sorry you had that incident, but
Yeah.
I'll let you when I get back.
Exactly. That's the way I feel. I mean, and I think that you being a friend, if that was me who was injured, there's no way I'm gonna expect everyone to re uh um organize the trip to go on a different day because I'm the one who hurt my knee, and it's gonna cost everyone money and time from work and whatnot. This, that, and the third. And like Dame was saying, if they are willing, if it can be remedied, the trip can be remedied, via uh, a wheelchair. And would we as the friends be willing to assist her with the wheelchair and carrying luggage and that sort of thing? Of course, I would be willing to do that. That would be a compromise. It wasn't something that I planned on in the beginning. But if, I have to take turns pushing her in the wheelchair and that sort of thing, I wouldn't mind doing that because I still would want her to go on the trip, but I don't think that we should all have to miss the trip because she sprained her knee, if it's something that
Again,
might.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be a prick, but
You need to stop, Max.
Max,
I'm not.
stop it.
Look, I'm not. Okay, I have my own luggage. Okay, that I'm hauling around. I'm
Uh-huh.
not hitting your bags up to mine, and I'm pulling 30 bags down a goddamn, and then I got to pay the bellhop, $50 or the extra $100, because you wobbling around. I mean, I'm not doing that. You know.
I, I'm trying to figure out if this is just Max or is it a guy thing? Is it his personality?
Guys, because
I mean,
because guys are different, man. We kind of hard on each other. Like, look, nigga, we going on this trip, especially if the guys are single, and it's gonna be some females. They might be able to get numbers from. Man, nigga, you better hop your ass something. You better do something. If you ain't dying or nothing like that, nigga, you better get a cane. I don't know what you got to do, but you need to do it to get up out of here.
well, you know what, Max? You're being just a little tad bit hardcore, and you just
But that's the
do
way
not
we
do not
guys
seem
are
like a.
with each other. We don't really have too much sympathy for each other because we're men. Now, if it's a female, okay, like if one of the, okay, say it's five dudes and two women, right?
Uh-huh.
And one of the women got hurt or whatever. All right, we might get softy and whatnot, be on some. All right, well, we'll hang out here with you, and we'll see if we can slow the trip down or some shit like that. But if it's just one of our niggas, you know what I'm saying, that we know for 100 years, and he just got a little bump on the knee, and man, nigga, you better limp or get a cane or a damn kangaroo to carry around or something. You know what I'm saying? Because we going on this trip.
So
Uh,
you really would not help your friend. You wouldn't help him with his bags and things like that. Now, I'm not asking you would you help him in the shower. He needs help or help going to the bathroom. But at
Now, what
least
I
with the
would do
luggage.
is I would help him. I would help him. This is what I would do. All right, man, since you hobbling this shit, here's the thing. You might want to lighten up some of them bags so you can carry as much as possible. Maybe you might want to leave some stuff behind and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, where's your crutches?
Shit.
I ain't pushing you around. You better learn to use them
I ain't pushing
crutches.
you around in a wheelchair. I ain't carrying no damn bags. You know what I'm saying? If I was, since you done got hurt, you need to pack light. I know it sounds
Oh,
cold, but then that's the way we are with each other. We hardcore on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
We wouldn't be that way to women, but to each other, yeah, we most definitely hardcore on each other like that.
well, can I ask why? This is a little off topic, but why? I mean, if your friend needed you to push him in the wheelchair, he could do everything else. He could still go on the trip, but he had to be in this wheelchair. You wouldn't,
Well, it depends on how he got in the wheelchair. Like for example, if he is injured to the point where he can't walk, right, at all, like he may be a paraplegic or something like that. That's a whole different ballgame. We may just bring him on a trip and roll his ass around all day with us. That's fine, okay? Because we know he can't walk. That's our homie. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna bring him with us. We got him like that. You know what I mean? But if it's just some bump on the knee, okay, you bump your knee, now you hobbling, nigga, come on. You know what I'm saying? Walk that shit off. Let's go.
wow,
oh my goodness.
you're just really hardcore with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta be, for us to feel some kind of compassion in that situation, he gotta really be seriously hurt. Like he gotta have like a broken leg or something's gotta be broke or some shit like that. Then we'll pause it up and take a look at it and see what's going on.
What if
But
he
if
tore his
it's,
ACL?
oh well,
That's
then he's gonna stay there. That's it. I'll let you, bro. We'll see you when we get back. We ain't even pushing you around the ACL. Forget it, dude. I mean, you may as well. That's it. Yeah, we'll holler at you next year, man.
you know what,
You
Max,
know.
you're mean.
No,
I'm
I'm
trying to
telling
figure
you.
out if he's exaggerating.
No, I'm telling you, that's the way we are. We are very hard on each other like that because we're very masculine and strong, right? Strength is what we're all about. So you have to be able to endure some kind of pain, and tough your way through it. Now, granted, sometimes some injuries you can't you see. We look at it this: there's a difference between with us. There's a difference between being hurt and injured. See,
Hmm.
women don't normally separate the two. Men separate the two. If you hurt, nigga, suck that shit up and let's go. Hurt is just you bumping your knee, you got a knee bruise, and you hobbling around. All right, let's go. Limp your ass on. Now, if you injured and you got a broken leg, a compound fracture, or some shit like that, that's a completely different story. Of course, we wouldn't shit on you. I mean, you're our man. We ain't gonna not help you or some shit like that. No, we got you. May not still push you around, but we'll figure something out.
So basically, I mean, would you guys? I mean, at least with the luggage, He can push himself around.
Well, we might pay a bellhop or pay to get him a motorized cart or some shit, the way he can ride around, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? We'll look out for him some kind of way. But if he's hurt, shit, nigga, you better come on. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds because women, y'all different. Y'all very compassionate towards one another. Somebody break a fingernail, y'all freaking out. I get all that, but guys ain't like that. To us, what's the difference between hurt and injured? If you hurt, we expect you to deal with it, and fix it up, and let's go. If you're injured, that's different. We'll come to your aid. We'll do what we got to do to help you. Okay? So, all right, ladies, let's move to the other part. Okay, I didn't expect to spend that long on the. Let's move to this part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's move to now a preliminary relationship, right? Which is a girlfriend boyfriend thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's somewhat of a commitment. Now, depending on how long the relationship is, there's some kind of light commitment going on because you at least committed to each other to be boyfriend and girlfriend, right?
To now, each other, you made that commitment to each other, right?
Right. To at least be boyfriend and girlfriend. We're not saying you made a commitment to be married, but you're committed to each other to be boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Now I think compromising steps up a little bit. Okay, because now you're interested in someone.
Yep.
The whole game changes. Okay, so you like this woman. I'm speaking from the man point of view. Y'all get the woman's point of view in a second. Let me throw the man's point of view out there. Okay, if I'm dealing with a woman, she's my girlfriend or whatever, I like her. There's potential here.
Volume is at
yes, hold on one second. Sorry about that.
Save menu.
I got a lot of shit working here. Now, if I'm interested in this woman, right? Yeah, I'm compromising. If we go to a steakhouse or some shit, and she's like, "Hey, when you're chewing steak, you smacking too loud." All right, I'll deal with that. Or can you sit on this side of the can you sit on this side of the table because I feel more comfortable with you in front of me because I feel protected. Oh, no problem. I'm going to make all kinds of compromises. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make all kinds of concessions because I'm interested in her. Go ahead, you guys.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. There's the compromise do step up there. Because everything from deciding to be exclusive to learning each other's pet peeves and things that that kind of irritate us, whether we're gonna let it irritate us or change it or say something about it. It's the getting to know you stage. In some cases, it's the courting stage. In other cases, yeah. So y'all learning each other. And you compromising whether it's important or whatever it is.
Vonda. Is Vonda there?
I'm here. So So are you asking, how important is the compromise at that time once you start to become, you make that commitment to each other?
Right now, if you only decided to become boyfriend and girlfriend, that's still a level of commitment. So how important does compromise now go to the next level?
Oh, it definitely does. It definitely does. In that you're committing yourself to another person, and in committing yourself to that person, there are differences between the two of you. So you're not going to always, agree. Let's say, for instance, that, you get with someone who happens to be a huge flirt, you know, and this person, has, flirted a lot. They're just used to flirting a lot. But now you guys have established that, you know what, we're going to be in a, a committed relationship, and I'm not so comfortable with you just, flirting with every damn body. I think you need to, chill out on that, and just, you don't have to, be like, oh, we're taken, we're spoken for. But you don't know, you don't always have to look so readily available and ready to jump on anything that walks in your path. So in that instance, I think it would be very fitting, for the other person to, compromise. And when you get that urge to want to be extra flavorful and be flirty, then maybe you won't do that, and you'll pull back and be like, no, I'm committed, to my, woman, or my man. And, I don't want to disrespect, this person that I'm trying to build something with.
Well,
Yeah.
I look at it this way. Okay, so say, all right, you're in a boyfriend girlfriend type relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what if your boyfriend at the time says, "Okay, sweetheart, here's the thing. You're not my wife, all right? We're seeing each other. On Thursdays and Fridays, I go out with my homies, okay, and I stay out until 3, 4 in the morning. Sometimes I'm drinking, might smoke a little herb, you know what I'm saying? Might check out some chicks, but ain't nothing going down because I'm with you. So I'm gonna need you to understand that." Okay, he's asking you for a compromise right now. What's your response?
My response would be that, okay, I can accept that as long as you can accept the same from me. I on Fridays and Saturdays I'll be going out with my girls, and we'll be having a few drinks, doing a little flirting, but nothing's gonna happen. You're my man. And
Wait a minute.
I
Wait a minute.
might come home the next
Wait
day
a minute. Hold on
because
one second. Hold on one second. Why does it have to be like a tit for tat thing, right? Why can't it be a one way situation that you compromise on, and then he gets a compromise, you get a compromise from him on something else?
okay, sometimes it's compromise is almost like making a deal. He's giving you he's telling you what the deal is with him, and if you accept it or not. And I'm saying, yes,
But
I'm okay with it as long as you're
wait,
okay with
hold on
my
one second.
stuff.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, so if he's telling you that he does this, right? This
Hmm.
is something that he routinely does.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that this is not something that you do. You don't hang
Wait
out
a
with
minute.
your
Wait.
girlfriend. Hold on one
Okay, you
second.
didn't say that in that scenario,
Hold
because
on.
in my
Hold on.
scenario, that's what I usually do.
Hold on. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold on. But can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you.
Hold on one second. So what I'm saying is, this is not something that you normally do. You don't go out with your girlfriends on Thursday and Friday. So because
No.
he's going out with his friends on Thursday and Friday, he's drinking, checking out a few chicks, right? He's being upfront with you and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to be okay with that," right? But then you respond with, "Okay, as long as you're cool with the same thing," knowing you don't do that. That's dishonest.
Okay. All right. Now,
So are
okay,
you saying she can't let that be her condition just
you know,
because it's a tit for tat?
Right,
yeah.
because this is something that she doesn't normally do, right? And she's only saying it because she really has a problem with him doing that, but don't know how to tell him or don't want to tell him because maybe she's interested in him too, but the relationship is too early for her to say, okay, let's end this. Maybe she wants to go a little further, so she's kind of holding back. So she's saying, so she's only compromising, right? If he I mean, if she can do the same thing, knowing she don't do that, that's not
Okay,
being honest. That's dishonest.
okay,
But
okay,
you
but
don't
you
know
you
that. How do you
assuming
know that?
that.
You
Yeah,
assume
because
that. If you
yeah,
guys are getting to know each other and you're telling her, look, this is what I'm about, and she says, okay, well, this is what I'm about, you can't just say, oh, you ain't like that. You
that
ain't like
yeah.
that. You can't tell her
Yeah.
that.
And besides, I said Friday and Saturday, not Thursday and Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, but it's still something that you don't do.
But it is something I do in real life. Yes, I would go out.
Okay, so you're ready to tell him, right?
Uh,
Okay, listen. I go out with my girlfriends and we get drunk and check out a few dudes.
okay, I
That's what
might be
you're doing.
exaggerating if we check out a few dudes, but I do go out with my girlfriends. We do drink, and they may check out a few dudes, and I'm usually the designated driver because I don't
See, the
drink as
issue,
heavily as they do.
see, the issue I got with the whole thing is this, right? Men and women are different. We think differently, right? We don't do the same thing, right?
Hmm.
So why sit up here in front and say, well, I'm okay with it if you're okay with me doing the same thing, knowing you don't do that. That's already dishonest.
Okay, but you making that assumption that
You don't know that
she
yet, though.
don't do that. I have been in a situation where that had came up, and I was like, "Ooh, that's cool," because I go out on Fridays and Saturday, or a Friday or a Saturday with my girlfriends. Depending on how our work week is. We might some times we'll go on a Saturday, and other times we'll go on a Friday. Depending on how we decided how we're gonna do it.
Okay, check this out.
Uh huh.
What if we come to you and say, hey, babe, listen, I know it's a new relationship, right?
Hmm.
But every Sunday, or every Saturday and Sunday, me and my dudes, we like to go out and jump off the Brooklyn Bridge to see if we survive. I'm gonna need you to be okay with that. Now,
Are
are you going
you
to say to him, wait a minute, wait a
okay?
minute?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Are you going to sit there and say to him, well, I'm okay with it if you're okay with me and my girls doing the same thing. We're going to go on Thursday and Friday and jump off the Brooklyn Bridge and see if we survive.
Okay,
Now,
that's
see,
not going to happen because do not jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, and I would probably have a serious problem with you jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge and stuff like that. Yeah, the
so you
Brooklyn
want to know
Bridge.
the moral to the story, Dame? The
Yeah.
reason he got outrageous with that outrageous story, about jumping off the bridge. So if somebody else jump off the bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge. And essentially, what
Exactly.
he's saying is that if basically if you would tell him, look, I don't want you jumping off the bridge. So if you gonna tell him not to jump off the bridge, why wouldn't you tell him, I don't want you going out with your friends on Saturday night
Thank
and
you.
getting drunk
Exactly.
and doing all that old bull mess. I don't
Exactly.
want you doing that. Okay, and so if she does that, then if she were
Then
to do that right up front and just say, you know what, I don't like that. So no, I'm not okay with that.
so what then?
Well, then now you start negotiating. Now the compromise come in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All
So
right.
now
But
he's like, all right, well, listen, I understand you ain't cool with that, but look, okay, so I tell you what. How about if I do it just on Thursdays and just have a casual drink with my friends for a little bit, and then I come back and hang out with you.
What's a little
okay.
bit? We'd have to be specific with time.
Hmm.
I'd have to know when you're coming home. If I know that you're not going to be home on Thursday until a certain time, and that's where my mind is at. If he's like, you're going straight from work. You get off work at 5, 6 o'clock. You're home by 9, 10 o'clock. If
Well,
that's
I
what,
mean,
huh?
yeah, but that's kind of uh, wifey esque for the beginning of a boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, that's something a wife would demand.
Okay, so this is just a boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, let
Right,
me,
right, yeah,
let me
Okay.
step
yeah.
back.
Then
You,
we
you
go
guys are
back
not living
to
together, right?
Yeah, then we go back to my scenario because I've actually been in that scenario and I was cool with it because I go out with my friends on a Friday or a Saturday. And it's like, I was like, ooh, okay, I'm cool with that because, that's
Okay,
how we
so
met. That's how we
okay,
met
check this out.
because
Okay,
I
so
was
check
out with
this
my
out.
girlfriends.
All right, so check this out. You meet the cat. Okay, so you got your new boyfriend, right?
Hmm.
Okay, he says, "Okay, Dame, I want to take you out. I got
Hmm.
this nice restaurant lined up. I already got reservations. We're gonna go see the Lion King. Then after the Lion King, we're gonna go to this nice restaurant. I can't wait. It's real romantic. Okay, the
Hmm.
Lion King starts at the first show starts at 8 o'clock, right, on a Friday night.
Hmm.
Now what?
I would call my girlfriends and say, "Hey, I got a date. I'm not going to be going with y'all that night."
Nah,
Um,
nah, 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 nah,
and,
Max, you can't be derailing her answers.
nah, man, nah, cause he bullshit.
I,
Nah, cause okay, so you saying that okay, you came into the relationship already doing that with your girlfriends.
exactly,
You just didn't tell him, right?
huh? I'm
You
not
just
just.
didn't
I'm
tell
not.
him.
Hey, I figured he would have had a clue since we most likely met while we was out at, because that was the situation. We were
Mhm.
out. I was with my girls. He was with his boys, and we met and we was dancing and we was talking and had a drink or two.
Okay,
That's how
now,
we met.
if both of y'all are out
Hmm.
on the weekends, then I guess your relationship depends on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? Because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hell,
But
y'all out with your friends. He's out
yeah,
on Thursday and Friday, so he ain't gonna see you. And
but
then
this
you
is
out
where
on
the
Saturday and Sunday.
Hey,
this
Max
is where the
and Dame.
compromise come in. If he wants plans, if he wants to do things with me, I will
Hold on one
skip my
second, Dave.
outing with my girlfriends.
Hold on one second. Go ahead, Vonda.
No, I was just looking at the chat and we do have a question. When you were talking about, what you were saying as far as, hey, you telling the girl what you're about, you want to go out with your friends and, this is what you're going to be doing and, can she accept it? Well, we do have a question from SKC asking, why can't you take your girl to meet your friends? Wouldn't you be excited to have your girlfriend, I mean, have your friends meet your girl, better yet, your family? And that would all
Um,
depend, I would think, depending on how long you were together in the relationship.
I mean, it depends. I mean, it's like this here, right? It depends, right? If I'm on the up and up and I really like this girl, remember, it's a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. There's nothing written in stone yet. Okay, and it's a new relationship. So I'm not into her like that yet. No, I don't want to take her around my friends. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I don't, because I still don't know what's
How
going
it's
on
gonna
with
go.
us, how long this is going to last. We could end tomorrow. I'm not going to waste my time. I would take a girl that I'm really interested in, that I'm in a solid relationship with,
Mm-hmm.
around to meet my friends because this is someone that I intend to court.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I would bring her around my friends and family. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Made me get my train of thought. Yeah. So yeah. So he make plans with me, my compromise is to call my friends and say I'm not gonna be going out with y'all. I'm gonna be with my man tonight. My friends will understand that because they will probably be doing the same thing. Yeah, be like, hey, I'm with my man today. Oh, girl, go ahead, be with your man. We can get together
Y'all
another
play.
time.
See, y'all coming
That's
in.
the
Okay, so
compromise. Uh huh.
see, you coming into the game playing games.
Huh.
What do
See,
you
you
mean
coming
playing
into
games?
I'm not
because
playing games. This is my
because
reality.
she already got it up. Okay, her and her girlfriends are already swinging, right? You come into the game already swinging, right?
Mhm.
Now you don't say nothing about it until he brings up the fact that he wants to go out with his friends on Thursday and Friday. Have a couple of drinks, maybe check out a few chicks, but it ain't no real big thing. Now you want to counter with, yeah, as long as you're okay with me doing the same thing.
Hey,
I don't, what?
is
I guess you
is
know what?
not a counter. Why do you assume it's a counter? At one point,
Because
yes, I was going out with my friends almost
because
every other weekend.
yeah,
Because
because
you're no, I'm going to tell you what it is. You listen for a second. It's because of your ability, Dame, to be flexible. Because you're not really giving up anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen to what you said. You said that if he told you that, your first thought would be, okay, well, that's cool because I go out with my friends on this and that night, so that's not going to even be a problem. And basically, he had a problem with you saying that because it was like you were like just countering him, and then it was like, okay, well, let's talk about the compromise. And then you were like, okay, well, the compromise would be I would just tell my friends, look, y'all, I'm about to be with my man. And you know what? They'll be okay with it because they'll probably be doing the same thing. What did you give up? You didn't have an argument with your girls. You didn't change anything. You just basically changed the night that you go out because it doesn't mean that you're not going to ever go out with your friends. It's
Hmm.
just a regular Friday, Saturday thing that y'all do. You're not going to be doing.
Hmm.
Because your man ain't cool with that. You're okay that he ain't cool with that because he'll be at home with you. But it sounds to me like he's saying that if you was already sitting off at home, you should be fine with him going out, but he don't need you to counter doing what he's gonna be doing by doing the same thing he's gonna be doing.
Hmm.
mhm.
And would you rather me be upfront with, hey, that'd be cool, cause I go out with my friends, or do you want me to lie and say, okay, it's cool, and then you discover that I'm out with my friends, you know?
Exactly.
But
Exactly,
now,
So,
man.
you just
I'm
want
upfront, just like he's upfront with his. I'm upfront with
And
mine.
then you would be mad because you'd be like, oh, you couldn't tell me you was going out too? Well, I
Yeah,
thought if
and
I told you, you would think I was trying to do a tit for tat.
yeah.
so if you put the shoe on the other foot, right, and you go to the guy and say, listen, I go out with my girlfriends on Thursdays and Fridays, and we have a little fun after work. I'm gonna need you to be okay with that, right?
Hmm.
At that point, are you expecting to counter with, yeah, well, I go out with my friends on Thursdays and Fridays too, or Saturdays and Sundays, and we do a little drinking and we check out some chicks. I mean, are you really expecting that?
Am I really expecting him to tell me that?
Yeah, are you expecting to react with that? I mean, to respond with that.
That he goes and check out chicks?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I would I would personally, I would think it'd be pretty normal that he's going out with friends and he may be occasionally checking out chicks.
What
Because
I asked you, is that something that you was expecting him to respond with?
um the
That
no,
you're
the
going
fact that
going
he
out with
wanted
other
me to be
chicks?
okay with it. And say he needs me to be okay with him doing that.
So you
And I would
already
be
asked.
like, okay, that's fine.
Matter of fact, what's matter of fact? You didn't even give him an option. You said, "Look, I'm gonna need." Just like he didn't give you an option, you didn't give him an option. You said, "Listen, I'm gonna need you to be okay with that."
He told me
See,
he
right?
needs to be okay with that. And I said, okay, that's good
No, I'm, no,
because
no, I'm
I go
putting.
out with my friends.
Dang, I don't think you hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm putting the shoe on the other foot now.
Okay.
Now you're the one telling him you're gonna
Okay.
need to be okay with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I wasn't
and so
getting that either.
now
Now I get it.
are you expecting him to retaliate by saying, "Well, yeah, well, on Thursdays and Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays, yeah, I go out with my dudes, we do a little drinking and we check out some chicks." Come on, are you honestly expecting him to respond that way?
Yes.
Okay, so you said.
I've
Okay, so
been
you say.
I've been in that situation. Yes, I honestly expect them to respond that way.
Okay, that's the first time I heard.
It's
So
the first
Vonda, are
time.
you
Yeah.
expecting the same thing?
No, I'm gonna actually say no. I probably would think, because I already had my thing going. You know how we're always can be, self-absorbed. So because I have my own thing going, I'm just gonna maybe just assume he probably didn't, and when he does, then it'll be like, oh, you do too. You know, what do you be doing? You know,
Mhm.
Okay, so there's no compromising.
and the only compromise would come is if I told him that, and he was like, Um, well, you know what? I'm really a homebody and I'm not much for the going out. So, if you only get, 2 days out of the weekend, and I think that's a little excessive for you to go out every single, weekend, you know,
Yeah.
and so,
Now,
you would
okay,
have
now,
to, yeah, the compromise would
Yeah.
come. You would have to be willing to stay home,
now we
sometimes.
now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. See.
Mhm.
To me, that's more realistic.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if she said that, then that'll change my mind a little bit. Then I'll sit down and have a conversation. Okay, well, you know what? Since you doing that, then I guess I could curb what I'm doing, or make some kind of adjustment.
Yeah. And the same thing
Because
for
listen,
me.
and the reason why I'm going to say that because she came across to me as honest. See what I'm saying? See, if I tell you I'm going out with my dudes
Hmm.
and we're going drinking and we're going to look at some booties, and you come right back, wait a minute, and you come right back after I said that, right? And it's
Hmm.
also, yeah, well, I'm cool with it if you're okay with me going out with my girls and we're doing the same thing. See, I'm not going to think that's genuine.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to
because you
think you're
put
saying that.
if.
I'm going to
You
think
put
that you're
if.
saying that. I'm going to think that you're saying that just because I'm saying what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. But you put if. I never put if. I said it's cool because I go out with my girls on Fridays and Saturdays. I didn't put
What do you
no
mean?
if. If implies that there's a
Wait a minute,
that
wait a minute, wait a minute,
No,
that
wait a
what
didn't
he,
minute, wait
happen
a minute,
before.
wait a minute. Hold on. What do you
Hmm.
mean if?
Yeah,
Where did the if come from?
from you
When did I say that?
just now.
All right, let me go back over what I said. I said, oh, okay. You mean when I say if I tell you that?
Hmm.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That doesn't change anything.
Yeah, but yeah, but you make an assumption that I was not like that. That I
yeah.
didn't go out. That's where the problem is.
That was early in the conversation. We done moved up to this part right here.
Okay.
Okay, because after she done said what she said, what I'm saying, okay, I would have a different response with Vonda because she come off to me as more realistic and honest. She's a
Okay.
homebody. She's not much for going out. She's not really totally okay with all that. Do I have to go out every week? See, that would strike me differently. That would strike me as a woman that's looking for a guy that wants to be with her or spend more time with her, right? And
Mm.
if I'm that dude, then I'll be like, okay, well, let me sit down and have this conversation. All right, sweetheart, this is what I'll do. I see what you're about, you know, and I do want to get to know you better, be with you more. All right, so I'll knock off a day a week with my dudes, and pretty much back off and checking out the chicks.
Mm.
Maybe I might go out and have a drink or two with my friends, and then come on back.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Well, then this guy needs to find a Vonda then, because he's dealing with Dame, and Dame went out. Dame,
And he's gonna have a problem with Dame. You
and
know
have
why?
a
But wait,
drink.
but hold on.
But
He's gonna have a
I'd be
problem with
willing
Dame.
to
You know why?
compromise. But
Hold on for a second.
okay.
Can you hear me?
Mhm. Mhm.
Hold on for a second. He's
Mhm.
gonna have a problem with Dame, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Mhm.
Because if he says to you, well, I'm going out with my friends on Thursday and Friday, and this is what we do. We drink a little bit and we check out some chicks, and I'm gonna need you to be okay with that, right?
Mhm.
Now, if you turn around and immediately respond like this, okay, it's fine with me, or as long as you're cool with me and my friends going out and doing the same thing. I don't know about most guys, but that would strike me as that that wouldn't come across right to me.
Okay.
I would say that you're doing it I would say that you're saying that just because I said what I said.
Okay. All
And
right.
that wouldn't come across as honest to me.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying?
But can I ask you a question,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Max? So what if there? Okay, like so. For you to not know that about her and for her to not know that about you, you guys have to be pretty close, soon in the relationship.
Mhm.
So I would say, now if you met her, let's say you met her on a Friday night, you was with your friends and she was with her girls, and that's how you guys met. It wouldn't be far fetched for, her to say, hey, you know, that's fine because I do the same thing. So I mean that's just something to consider. It's just the fact that
I,
you the fact that you automatically think she's just trying to counter you, you know, if if basically if any woman told you that, you would automatically think she was trying to counter you.
okay, all right. Let me see. We got a couple of guys in the chat, I think, right? Okay, fellas, okay. Let me ask you this question, right? If you told a girl that on Thursdays and Fridays you go out with your dudes and y'all have a little drinks, y'all check out a few chicks, and you need her to be okay with that, if she immediately responds back by saying, yeah, I'm fine with it as long as you're okay with me and my friends doing the same thing, would you think she was being honest? One for honest, two for dishonest. Let me see if some of these guys see it the same way. Okay, guys, one for dishonest. I mean, one for honest and two for dishonest. See, because the way I see it,
Just
if
push
she,
it one, fellas. You guys know what to do.
yeah, one for honest and one for, I mean, and two for dishonest. You see, because if she said that back to me immediately, I'm gonna have, that's gonna throw some flags. Okay, so Chaos says one, right? Chaos thinks she's being honest.
She's being
Okay,
honest, chaos.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
So
being
okay,
honest.
Dave, you got one from Chaos. Okay, so he sees it as you being honest. Anybody else? We got any more brothers in here? Skinny boy, you still in here? One for honest and two for dishonest. I think Skinny boy may have left.
Either that or he's saying my name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
Well, I mean, it's just a one or a two. I mean, how? I mean, come on, really? Okay,
Oh, Ill
Oh,
Will
it
said
will
too.
says too.
it will say, see, he says it's dishonest, and I can
Just
see why he
she,
says that.
she says she does the same thing. I just think that's a little just extra.
No, because listen, it's like this here, right? It's like if you tell a person, listen, um, look, I go out and I like to steal bubblegum machines on Friday nights at around 10 o'clock. I'm gonna need you to be okay with that. If you turn around and tell you some shit, well, yeah, I'm cool with it as long as you don't have a problem with me doing the same thing. I mean, come
Max,
on,
I
man.
mean,
Huh?
I get it. I totally get it. But the example that you use is like so like
Out
jumping off the
there.
bridge and then
Yeah, but I'm
stealing
saying
bubblegum
that.
machines on
Yeah, but I'm saying
Friday.
that. But that is how it was like. Okay, you gonna tell me that all of a sudden you and your friends go out and do the same thing me and my friends do?
Dude, that's how we met. Don't you
Ex-
remember?
exactly. That's what
We
I just
met
said. What if you
Friday
guys
in the
met like
club.
No,
that?
I'm not talking about. We're not talking about how we met. I'm just talking about that. That situation right there.
Okay, so he would probably be like, I don't believe you.
What if
You
he?
just saying
What
that
if he
because I
met you?
said that.
Okay, all right.
That's what
What
you
if he met you in the library?
Huh?
What if he met you in the library?
We met me in the library.
was it on a Friday night?
Friday night, you was in college and you was studying for a big exam.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
so
so wait a minute. I met you in the library. You studying for a big exam, and now I'm hitting you with, well, listen, I like you, but let me, you know, be upfront with you. Thursdays and
mhm.
Fridays, I goes out with my dudes. We have a couple of beers and check out some booties. I'm gonna need you to be okay with that. Now, how realistic is it for you to come back and say, well, yeah, I'm cool with it as long as you're okay with me and my friends doing the same thing?
That
How
is
realistic?
It's still the same thing. Just because how do I believe him? It's Friday night and we both in the library.
okay. So okay, what about this, Max? Are you listening?
Uh-huh.
What if you tell her that and then she says, "Oh, okay, that I mean, I don't have a problem with that." And she just left it at that. But on those nights, if the mood hit her, she would go out. And then one night, on this night when you're out with your friends, you see her out and she is, you know, getting naked wasted. You know what I'm saying? She's getting, she's having fun. What would you think? Real talk. What would you think?
I wouldn't know because as soon as she told me that she's okay with that, I wouldn't come back.
so
Nah,
so
because guys don't want real men don't want easy when we don't want women agreeing like that. That's too easy. If you on it like you jumping on it like that, and you don't give a damn about what your man is doing. I can't rock with you like that.
mm,
You don't give a damn about what I'm doing. You don't give a damn about what you're doing either.
okay.
I
Okay,
mean, like,
then.
so. Wait a minute. If you don't
Mhm.
give a damn about me out there, checking out some booties and shit, some females, some chicks, right? Then you doing over here with the guy. You don't give a damn about that. You don't give a fuck about nothing. You doing your thing.
So
Okay, then what? So why
Okay.
did
didn't
you
you just
tell her that
honestly
that what
say
you was
that?
going to be doing? That you out there looking at booties? I know we said this a couple times.
Okay, so you wanted her, so you weren't being honest because you wanted her to be like, well, I have a problem with that. I don't want you checking out women, hanging out with your boys, checking out women. Or does it have to be all them nights, or every weekend? You know, that's what you wanted the response.
It
But because I
depends on
didn't respond that way, you had a problem with it.
yeah, I got a problem with that.
Okay,
Now
so
every guy now every guy's different. Some guys are different. Some guys might investigate a little further. So
mhm.
well, okay, but what do you mean you don't have a problem with it? Like you don't mind me checking out some other chicks, and I did mention I was watching their booties. You catch that?
Okay,
Okay, you
watching
know
is
what?
one thing,
I think I
touching
missed
and
that.
talking to is another. Yeah, you
No, I
can
think I
look
missed
all
that.
you want. Don't touch it. Don't talk to it. Don't dance with it. Don't buy it a drink.
Well, she
That's
was
where.
very
That's
clear.
where. That'll be what I want you to compromise on. I say, okay, you can go with your friends, have your drink. You can even look at some booties. Don't touch it. Don't talk to it. Don't buy it a drink. Don't If you're in a strip club, don't give it no money.
Well, you
Uh,
go to the strip club.
Because I had a friend where it turned out her boyfriend going out with his boys was
no,
going to the
no,
strip
no,
club.
no, no. We don't want to get into a long thing. Okay, go ahead,
Uh-huh.
Wanda.
Hmm.
No, I mean, I see what you're saying. You're actually saying that originally when you told her, "Look, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be actually checking out other women, looking at their booties and whatnot, and I'm going to be doing this with my boys, every Friday and Saturday."
Right. You don't give a damn.
Oh, well, you know what? I may have missed that. No, I do not agree with that. You're not going to be doing that because we're
Hmm.
not going to, or you're not going to be in a relationship with me
Good.
doing that.
See,
You can go
that's
ahead and
what I
do
want
that.
to hear.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. See, okay, now we're cooking.
Okay.
No,
If
I
you
see.
just telling me,
No,
okay, I don't
realistically,
care about.
that's what I
If you
would
just
really
telling
do.
me, right? If you telling me you don't give a damn, I'm telling you, I'm looking at other women's booties and shit. You on some? Oh, that's cool with me, man. I ain't coming back. For
Hmm.
all I know, you could be in. I'm not. Nah, that was
Hmm.
too easy. I
Okay.
need pushback. You know.
If she don't care what
Okay.
you're doing, then she doing something.
Hey, shout out to Gab and Chaos Rain and the ill will on them. But nah, I'm not doing that. All right, people, we've come to our first break. Ladies, take a little sit back a little bit. About to drop a selection, and when we come back, we will move this conversation to the next level. We will go into the marriages. All right. So sit tight. We'll be right back. She's the Dame. I am the Black Knight, and this is the Quiet Drive.
Oh, baby. You make it feel like first time. Way you kiss me, babe, makes my body come alive. Way you hold me, babe, pull me close, you're deep inside. Way you lick my face and you show your kinky side. Way you grab my waist, send chills down my spine. You make it feel like the first time. Make love and you explore my body, baby. Every time you make it feel like the first time. You make love over my body, baby, like the first time, the first time. Hey, you pull my hair, lets you know that you're in control. Way you say my name makes me fall deeper in love. And the way you taste my love shows you're not afraid to please me. So baby, this love is yours whenever you want me, whenever you need me. 'Cause you make it feel first time, every time, baby. So my body makes me every time. You make it feel like the first time. Yeah. We make love over my body, like first time. The first time, oh, showed you where you showed me that you ain't afraid now. You're right, and you never rush. We were making love, and you don't want it again. Always make sure that I get I wanna share my body with you, 'cause it feels like the first time. Oh, just gotta make it feel Take my hand, taste me. Every time we make love, like the first time, you control me. Hold my body, baby, hold my body, baby.
All right, all right. Welcome back to the Quiet Drive. She is the Dame. I am the Black Knight, and we have a special guest with us, the lovely host of Ladies Night, Vonda Harris. Now, I understand there was, the conversation was heating up, but we're only a 2 hour show, so we can't really get into the topics the way you would like us to get into them. So, what you can do is. What you can do is this. Okay, now Vonda is different. And we sometimes guess with us, the lovely host of Vonda, mute your mic real quick. If you're looking at these topics and want to see them explored deeper, Vonda usually takes our topics onto Ladies Night. So she might carry one or both of these topics onto Ladies Night this Saturday. So always check out Ladies Night at 10 p.m. on Saturday nights with Vonda and her royal ladies. You know, they have the they have the people over there with many different perspectives, and they can really get into these topics. So that's usually where most of these topics will end up on Ladies Night. Okay, so anyway, let's move right along. Ladies, are you there?
Yep.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go to the big one, the big kahuna, and finish off this topic and move to the last one. The big kahuna, the marriage. I don't have to tell you how important compromise is in the marriage. I've been married now. My anniversary's coming up soon. It will be 20 years.
Oh, man, congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you. And let me tell you something. You do not get there without compromise. Not in a marriage, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A marriage is a whole different ballgame. Compromising is a must in a marriage. If you want to get along, you guys want to last, I don't even know how you do it without compromising. It just doesn't make any sense not to compromise in a marriage. If you're not looking to compromise in your marriage, what do you get married for? Don't even get married. Okay? So to me, there's a lot of compromises I made in my marriage to further my marriage along. I made so many compromises. I stopped counting them way back in 2003 or something. I don't even count anymore. Okay, because you're always going to make some kind of compromise with your wife, because as you get older, as you grow together, you experience new things, you explore new things. New things are always coming into place. You may want to do this, you may want to do that, and then there's time in between, and people are working and so forth and whatever. Hey, thanks, Royal Queen. You know, so you make compromise. You're always sitting down with your wife and husband, and you're having a conversation, okay, and you're trying to find some way to compromise. You're trying to find some way to come to a mutual agreement or a mutual concession. You know, so definitely to me, in a marriage, compromising is not only important, it's a must. Ladies?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Your takes?
Oh yes. A little distracted. Yeah. I definitely believe compromise is needed. Is important in a marriage. In fact, most of the ones that lasted a long time, the partners made compromises. They decided what was more important in their relationship. Yeah, and each one give a little, and according to their relationship, and decide what they're not going to compromise on.
Okay, Vonda. Yeah, Royal Lady, is we can't do nothing about the feedback right now. It's not Dave, it's my reefer. I'm on the road and my reefer's running. So we really can't do anything about it right now. It'll stop for a little while. So just bear with us. We understand that there's some feedback, but we just can't do anything about it right now. Um, Vonda, you there?
I'm here.
All right, give me your take on the marriage, compromising in the marriage. If I'm not mistaken, you were married once, right?
Yes, I was.
So talk to us about compromising and how important it is in a marriage.
Well, the compromising in a relationship, especially a marriage, is very important. Um, when you make a commitment to someone, when you make that commitment to
Vonda,
someone,
you're cutting out. You're cutting out.
yeah, it's like every time I start talking, it starts to make, I don't know.
You got some feedback? Hold on, let me take a look. There might be some other kind of feedback. Let me take a look here. No, Dame is muted. Okay. So go ahead, Vonda.
Okay, is that because it's like every time I start speaking,
Sound
but if
like
I
you're
don't,
bored.
am
Okay,
I
you're
bored?
bored. Yeah, you're bored pretty bad.
Oh, you want me to go out and come back in?
Yeah, go out and come back in. Let me give us a second, folks. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Yeah.
Okay, here I go.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, she's working a little bit. We're gonna get her to come back in.
uh-huh.
Give me a second. So, Dame, I don't even know if marriage should have been on this list. I think we should have kept it with because it's kind of a no-brainer in a marriage. I mean, you have to. I don't know how you don't compromise in a marriage. I mean, that's just sounds crazy to me. Okay, Vonda, you back?
Okay, am I still bored?
No, but you know what? Let me go ahead and mute while you're talking because I got a lot of background noise. So go ahead.
Okay, so in a marriage, compromise is very important. Um, I was talking about it a little earlier, um, because basically, I mean, if you're not willing to compromise in that marriage, that could actually cost you your relationship. It could cost you your marriage. Um, there are, relationships where you find there is one person who is always giving and always giving and always giving and always giving. And it gets to a point where that person has given so much and the other person is not giving. They're just constantly taking, that you get tired of giving and you don't want to do it anymore. So in that instance, I mean, it it creates a barrier between you and your partner. So compromise is very important. You know, you're not going to always. It's everything is not going to always fall in your favor. Sometimes you have to compromise for the love and the comfort and safety of your spouse. You know, you
Mhm.
have couples that have allergies. One person has an allergy, the other person does not have an allergy. And let's say one is a cat lover and the other one is allergic to cats. Where does the compromise come into that?
Mhm.
You know, they would both have to sit there and think about what, a proper compromise would be in a situation like that, you know?
Yeah.
Would you want your spouse taking medication just so you could keep your cat, or are you willing to give up having a cat so that your spouse can, not have his allergies or her allergies, flaring up, because of the allergies to the cat?
Yeah.
So I think compromise is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're married, then all bets are off. You know, you can't keep the cat. You got to get rid of the cat. Give the cat to a family member. Try to find a home for the cat because you're talking about your life mate here. And if you don't love this person and don't care about this person's health, then you should have never married them. Okay, if this person is sick, the cat is making this person sick, then it's a no-brainer. You take the cat to a family member that can take on the cat, or try to find the cat a home. I would never take an animal, that's not sick or anything to the SPCA. Okay, because I would try to find a cat a home, but then I would definitely do what I'm supposed to do and make sure my mate isn't around that cat so she doesn't get sick. What do you think, Dane?
I said yes. That's a honest compromise. Um, and surprisingly, it does happen. Um, um, People have to compromise with stuff with pets, other issues. Um, and I've seen it happen. And in fact, I've even seen the wife try to compromise by, I can take medicine. You shouldn't have to give up your cat. But no, decision was made. Yeah, because
Well, I think that when you take on a spouse, it that's um just as serious as having a child. If
uh-huh.
you have a kid or a child that had an allergy to your cat, you're going to get rid of that cat and you're not going to think twice about it. You're going to get rid of that cat.
Hmm.
So this person is your husband. This person has become, or wife. This person has become your family. You
Hmm.
know, and if the cat is causing an allergy, you're going to get rid of the cat. There's not going to even be any type of a discussion about it.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't think that was a hard one. Especially with that.
Yeah,
There
I
might
kind
Yeah.
of,
Uh huh.
I kind of think that um, I kind of think that it was, maybe shouldn't have put marriage in there because that's really a no-brainer.
Mhm.
You know, it's not something to me that I don't know. You know, not compromising in the marriage is crazy. All right, so maybe I shouldn't have put that in there because marriage isn't a good um, thing to fit this kind of topic. Maybe we should have stayed with just relationships
Well,
and
well,
friends.
maybe it's a good thing. Some people don't know that they're gonna have to make compromises when they get married. That's why there's a high reason of divorce, as far as I'm concerned, because they're not willing to compromise. And the smallest stuff that don't seem to make sense of why they divorcing, um, is basically that nobody's willing to compromise.
But what do you mean by that? Nobody's. Are you talking about in a marriage?
Yes,
That
if you
nobody's
think
going to
about it,
compromise
the high rate of
in
divorce,
marriage?
huh?
You said in a marriage nobody's willing to compromise.
Yes, that's why there's a high divorce rate. If nobody's willing to compromise, they got to have their way. and they're not willing to reach a compromise, and that's
No,
why.
that's something you gotta hold on, man. If you made it all the way to marriage, okay, and y'all talking crazy about not compromising, I don't know what the heck y'all was doing. Seriously.
Mhm.
You should not make it to a marriage and not know if someone is not going to compromise. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, but
Like,
weren't we talking a while back
both of
about
you, no,
um
I'm just telling you,
mhm,
both of you are crazy if you've made it to a marriage,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
And don't know that either one of you are unwilling to compromise. That's insane. How'd you even get that far,
I don't know.
right?
That's
And how are you
ignorance.
marrying somebody? How are you marrying somebody that's not willing to compromise? You're nuts.
Hey, I agree with you there, but
Hold
it
on.
happens. It happens.
I don't understand how that happens, though. What do you mean? That sounds crazy to me. How is that happening?
I don't know
Like,
how it's,
like,
I
like,
don't.
what were y'all doing? What were y'all doing? I don't even understand what y'all were doing.
Probably just having sex.
Well,
All
sometimes some people will rush into marriage, like Meek said in the chat. Some people will rush into marriage. So,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
a
but
lot of
how?
times,
Hold on, I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound intense, but how the hell are you rushing into a marriage? First of all, it takes time to get to know somebody to get married.
hmm
That's the
Okay.
problem. They're not courting. They're not taking the time to get to know each other. They're just getting married to be
Yeah, but even
married.
if you're not, yeah, but even if you're not courting, I mean, you having conversations, aren't you? I mean, you got to some somebody got to know something.
You'll be surprised.
I mean, I don't know how the hell you get to a marriage and not know a person is unwilling to compromise. That's insane.
Or they may be willing to compromise on certain things, and then something big comes, and you find out, oh no, I'm not compromising that. This is the way it always been. This is the way it's gonna always be. Blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
but you said yeah, but you said that neither one are willing to compromise. If you're willing to compromise, what are you doing married in the first place?
I didn't explain that
You
to
think?
you.
Hold on one
Okay,
second.
okay.
Hold
I'm
on
gonna
one second.
try.
Hold on
I'm
one
gonna
second. Hold on
try
one
to
what
second.
about?
Hold on.
explain it.
Hey,
Hold on one second.
Mhm.
If I was a marriage counselor, right? And a couple came to me and said, "Okay, well, you know what? We've been married now for 5 years. We were together. We were together 10 years before we got married. But we can't compromise with each other because we're unwilling to compromise." And I would immediately say, "Then what the hell are you doing married?"
Okay, Max, you're
You couldn't
assuming I'm
find,
talking
you
about a
couldn't find
5
out.
or 10 year
Wait a minute.
relationship.
You couldn't find out in 10 years before you got married that neither one of you were willing to compromise.
Max, I'm not talking about a 5 or 10 year relationship. I'm
And I'm not
talking
talking
about.
about you personally. I'm talking about a fictitious situation for the sake of the
Okay,
time.
okay, sorry, apologies.
Okay. So I'm looking at it like, okay, what do you get married for? How the hell you don't know? I don't listen. I don't even care if it's a 6 month relationship. You got to find something. If you ain't trying to find anything out, what the hell are you even bothering for? Okay, we got crickets or what?
No, I was having trouble tapping in. Um, okay, okay, you're right. Those 5, 10 year relationships, they should have found out they're not willing to compromise. But I wasn't talking about those. I was talking about the ones where they get married too soon or too quickly, and then find out there's certain things they not willing to compromise about. Those have a high divorce rate. Now, the 5 or 10 years thing, and they get married, and they get divorced in a year relationship. That's a whole nother dynamic of not being honest about what they wanted and being honest to themselves and stuff like that. They held, to me, they held a side of them back, and then you hear the story where he changed or she changed, or when we got married. How did it change? Y'all were together for like 10 years or 5 years. What happened to make this change? Well, somebody wasn't being honest. But no, I'm talking about these marriages that they happen fast, and they don't last year, or it seemed like they divorcing for some silly petty thing. And the reason why it's silly and petty is because they weren't willing to compromise or work it out or whatever. Hmm.
Well,
Well,
have
I
you
mean,
guys
uh,
have you guys ever heard of 90 Day Fiance? There's this
I've heard.
reality
I don't
show.
watch it,
Yeah. Hmm.
but
So, I mean, in that instance, they're talking the 90 Day Fiance. I guess, I've never watched it, but I mean, these people are meeting, becoming engaged, and they're getting married, and they're doing all this stuff in this short amount of time. And I'm assuming it's in 90 days, you know? So, with something like that, if you have people going into these rush marriages, 90 Day Fiance, and then they get to a point and realize that neither one is willing to compromise. I mean, I could see a definite divorce or separation, only because it took them, they were 90 days in and they decided to get married. So what you were saying, Max, about why would someone do that, or who does that, you to do that, to rush into that, is going to be completely disastrous. It's going to be completely disastrous. So I think
night.
that's mhm.
So 3 months, 3 months fiance, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. That sounds gimmicky to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they're full of shit. I mean, I don't know if they're doing that in real life. Probably doing that for. That sounds really gimmicky to me. I mean, 90 days. That's too soon to make a commitment for the rest of your life, or possibly for the rest of your life. But then again, I guess people don't look at marriage the same as the old school people, right? The old
Hmm.
school people, when they got married, it was for life. I think these new school people are on something else. Like they're like, look, man, we ain't trying to get married for life. We're gonna get married for about 5 years, and I'm out. Okay, I'm only gonna put up with it for 5 or 6 years. Then I got some other things I need to do. That would have seemed like what's happening out here. Okay, right? Like these marriages seem to be some kind of designer clothing. You know, well, let me
Yeah.
put on this marriage. Let me try this marriage on. It seems like it's my size, but as soon as I grow out of it, I'm going to pass this marriage on to the Salvation Army and go find me a new marriage. I think that people today want to get married multiple times.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, because remember,
Mm.
see, back in the day, the situation was like this, right?
Mhm.
Hold on a second. The situation was like this, right? It was you get married, you only get married once, right?
Hmm.
I think these new school people, especially these millennials, they're not trying to respect the old traditions. I think that they want to get married multiple times before their life is over. I think they want to experience it multiple times. I think that's what's also aiding this rash of divorce. These new school people, they're not trying to be locked down with one person. for 20, 30 years. They'll give up 5 years. Look, I'm out. I got to go find a new woman to marry. I got to go find a new man to marry. See what he
Mm-hmm.
got to spend another 5 years. I'm out. I got to go find some. I think that's what's going on.
Hmm.
Oh, Nick is backstage.
Hey, Royal Queen, what's going on?
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on?
Lady Neek.
How are
Everybody that
you?
And Nick.
to the Quiet Drive, the Royal Queen of the E Nation, Miss Simply Unique.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody. I just wanted to chime in here because no, that type of situation can happen in a long-term marriage where somebody, people grow and change, and they start to do things that they've never done before. So let's have this scenario, right? A couple gets married, they get married young, and let's say 15 years. Like when they got married, they say the husband married this wife, and she was like a homebody. She really didn't hang out. She didn't drink. She didn't smoke. Like she didn't do any of those things. But they got married when they were like 19. She had some kids. Let's say 15, maybe even 20 years after that. Their kids are almost grown. They may have like older teenagers. And now she feels like I want to live my life a little bit. So now she's hanging out every once in a while. She's drinking. And the husband is like, hey, like, that's not what I didn't marry you doing this stuff. Like, I'm not going to tolerate that. You're not going to be hanging out now. And she's like, look, I gave up my young years. I didn't get to do it when I was younger. So what's wrong with me hanging out every once in a while? If he's unwilling to compromise, that can cause a major issue, and stuff like that happens a lot in marriages that have been going on for a long time.
Now, something like that, to me, it's more understandable. Okay, but you're talking about something that can destroy the entire marriage. Okay, and if it's something like drinking, excessive drinking, doing drugs, stuff like that, then you're damn right you don't want to compromise on that. Get rid of it.
Right,
Stop
but I'm
doing
not
it.
even saying excessive drinking. I mean, like just having two or three drinks when you go out to the bar or the lounge or whatever with your girlfriends. Not like falling down drunk.
Mm-hmm. And not,
Well, if she's going out to a lounge and having a couple of drinks with a girlfriend, I mean, like, what's going on? Is it just two or three drinks, and she's out for an hour or two, and she's back home, or is she on some, two or three drinks, and she's out there for like 5, 6, 7 hours at a time? See, it's like I was saying earlier to uh, Vonda in the back chat, right? A married man has no business in a club or a bar among single men and loose women. That's not where a married man should be. A
mm-hmm.
married woman, same thing. You don't have no business in a bar with single females who are hungry for men and those men around and you over there getting drunk when you drinking. What are you doing there? You're a married woman. I don't care nothing about your friends. I married you. I didn't marry them. Same thing with the husband. She didn't marry your friend. She married you. So what are you doing there? That's the way I see it.
So in that instance, and that's where the conversation comes in, right? So in that instance, if you were married to a woman who decides, maybe every 3 months, me and my girlfriends want to go hang out, would you be okay with it?
Wait a minute. Say that one more time.
I said, if you were married to a woman who decides, she's a little older now, me and my girlfriends want to go hang out, like, maybe once every 3 months. Would you have a problem with that? Would you be able to compromise with that?
Wait a minute. Okay, she wants to go out once every 3 months
Yeah,
with her friends
yeah. She want to go
and
to
do
the
what?
club. She wants to go to the club.
Nah, 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 nah. Absolutely not. Clubs are out. Absolutely not. Now you want to go to a little vacation with your friends, or something less, meat market esh, then I would think about it. But a club is absolutely off limits. To me, a club is no place for a married woman. There's too many things that can go wrong in a club.
Okay, so how would you have that? And this is where the conversation comes in. That's a very real situation in a lot of
Yeah.
marriages.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm
How do
not.
you handle that? And so let's role play, Max. Look,
Yeah.
Max,
I'm not. Yeah.
I
I'm
will
not. Okay.
go ahead, go
Uh.
ahead.
Yeah. I'm not. Listen. Clubs are for single people, not married people. There's too many things that go on in the club. You can get drunk. You can get taken advantage of. Your life can get put in danger. It's just no place for a married woman. It's for single people. Matter of fact, I would be upset that you even thinking about going there. I would have a
Okay,
problem with. I would have the problem with the thought itself, because now I'm questioning you. What the hell are you talking about? You going to a club? Don't you know you married?
all
You
right,
don't
but
care
don't
about
you trust me, Max?
marriage?
I'm not
Yeah,
going
we
to
ain't
do
fighting over
anything to
that.
anybody else. I just want to listen to music. I want to dance with my friends a little bit. I want to have a couple drinks. You don't trust me?
All right, well, we got plenty of liquor in the house. We got the computers, we got stereos. You can download MP3s to your heart's content. I'm not the club thing. We would get into a fight on the thought alone. You wouldn't even make it to the club because we'd be fighting about the fact that you were thinking about it. Because I'm questioning now. I'm questioning how invested are you in this marriage? You talk about going out and shaking your thing at a club with your friends, like you single. I got a serious problem with that,
All
especially if
right.
we got kids. And don't let us have any kids, especially if we got kids.
So I got a question.
Uh huh.
So in your opinion, do you think, clubs are only for single people?
Right.
And so this is something, and you feel very strongly about that. So basically this is
Absolutely.
something that y'all have already discussed this. This is nothing brand new. If she comes up with something brand new, basically she's trying to say, I want out of this. Because you done already made it clear that's not what we do.
Well, if she goes to that club, she will be getting out of this.
You ever
I catch
considered
my
going to the
wife,
club
and
with
I'm
her?
telling you right now, I catch my wife in a club shaking her thing, okay, with some single chicks, okay, with hungry dudes running around up in there, banging, nasty dancing, and all that. It's a wrap.
Okay, so let's say it's not a club like that kind of nightclub. Let's say it's like a lounge for more mature people. It's not like some ratchet singles club, but
Then
just
you
somewhere
don't
where
mind.
you can play a little music.
Sounds
They
good.
got,
When are we going?
all right, so you would be willing to compromise on that. So
I'll be
wouldn't
willing
that
to
be
go
the
there.
better?
I'll be willing to no. I'll be willing to go there with her.
Okay, but that's still a compromise because she's
That's a
still able to
compromise.
go. I don't think she would
Right.
have a problem with you going, but wouldn't that be a better compromise? Like maybe not the club. Like no, I'm not comfortable with that, and I'm gonna have a problem. But how about we go do X, Y, and Z instead?
Yeah, that's cool. As long as I'm with her, not
See,
around no single, and she not going to let it all hang out with some single women. I mean, a married woman hanging out with single women in a setting like that can be a disaster. I was talking to Vonda earlier about a situation to where if your husband went out with his friends and he got a little drunk to the point where he was a little hazy, and some loose chick put her arms around him and stole a kiss, and someone took that picture and send that picture to you, okay, what's the deal? You're gonna have a problem with that. Rhonda had all kinds of problems with it. Dame had all kinds of problems with it. Well, where was he? He was in a bar where he shouldn't have been, with single men and loose women, a place a married man has no business being. And he got drunk and got taken advantage of, and someone took a picture. Now his marriage is in jeopardy because they sent that picture to his wife. And the person who took the picture, right, is someone the wife can trust. That makes it even harder. And all of this is because he's somewhere where he shouldn't have been. Y'all want a rebuttal on it, or you're gonna?
No, I totally understand what you're saying, because
Yeah.
what that comes from, laying out clear and precise,
Nice.
expectations, and a lot of people don't do that. You
Yeah.
made it very clear. Now, when Dame was talking and when Nick was talking, I totally did not see anything wrong with what they were saying. And then when I heard you, I was like, okay, why? I mean, I don't see a big deal with that. What's the problem? But no, I heard what you had to say. And basically what you were saying is like, you don't believe in that. Single people got no business at the club, and you're not going to be in no club shaking your tail feather with your single boys, and you expect the same thing from your woman. And that's something that you made very clear.
Clear.
If you were marrying a chick, like let's say you guys were both clubbers and partiers or something when y'all got together, but once y'all got together, it was understood. Look, them club days, that's over.
Yeah.
We're married, and I don't agree with that. That goes against the grain of who you are. You don't believe in that. So that would be something that the woman would already know, but no misunderstanding whatsoever. She would already know that because you made it very clear. She gonna be single, she go to that club, and we done already discussed this. This is not something that just all of a sudden just happened. Oh, I think I'll go to the club, with my friends. But then I understood what Nick was saying. Then this is where the compromise comes. What if we're talking about a supper club? This is not a club where you go and dance. I mean, actually, nobody dances there. You actually sit down in a chair. You can order food, and there's a band that'll play. Sometimes they'll have, celebrity guests that'll come and play music,
Right.
There's an upper club not too far from where I live. And, sometimes, they have like the old school, music people, Tony, John B. And it's the old music from the 90s, and I'm like, okay, cool. And me and my friend will go and we'll sit there. It's a supper club. We all sit there and we order food and we have drinks and we listen to the music, and nobody's up and dancing. Ain't nobody clubbing. I mean, there's a lot of men in there, with their women, there's couples. So, in a situation like that,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that, but to me, that's no different than taking your wife out on a night on the town. You're going to a movie, or you're going to a lounge or jazz lounge or something like that where couples go. Absolutely. I don't see anything any different than that. But I'm saying she don't need to be by herself to do that. Listen, I understand. Okay, here's my thing. People tend to think that when they get married, that at some point they're going to want to be by themselves and do things on your own. Well, I got news for you. Marriage isn't about individualism. If you want to be on your own and be by yourself, then you shouldn't get married. You have to know what you're getting yourself into. Okay? If If you're going out somewhere to have a good time and you're not taking your wife, then you're not a very good husband. If you want to go out with your friends or go out by yourself and have a good time and don't want your husband around, you're not a very good wife. And if that's what you're doing, that's what you're thinking, it's time for you to get out of that marriage. You no longer want to be married because that's not what marriage is about. You want to do your own, if you want to continue to do your own thing in the marriage, then stay unmarried. Because the only thing that's going to lead to is the breakup of your marriage.
You're absolutely correct.
Uh-huh.
You are absolutely correct. I don't disagree with that whatsoever.
Right. All right. Right. And on that note, we're going to take another break, people, and we'll be back with the next topic for the night, and we'll be ready to close out the show. So enjoy. I am the Black Knight. She's the Dame, and this is the Quiet Drive.
Somebody's gotta win. Somebody's gotta lose. Somebody's got to play the fool. Somebody's gotta laugh. Somebody's gotta cry. Somebody's got to almost die. I've asked myself so many times, why do I always lose this heart of mine and get nothing in return except the clown's reputation, a broken heart, and much humiliation. I've asked this question again and again, and the answer's the same. Somebody's gotta win. Somebody's gotta lose. Somebody's got to play the fool. Somebody's gotta laugh. Somebody's gotta cry. Somebody's got to almost die. Almost sometimes life can be so cold. I often think to be a loser is my role. True love, it seems so hard to find. And loneliness But the answer's the same. Somebody's gotta win. Somebody's gotta lose. Somebody's got to somebody's got to somebody's got to fight. Somebody's got to somebody's gotta win. Somebody's gotta lose. Somebody's got to play the somebody's got to say. Somebody's got to cry. Somebody's got to somebody's got to somebody's got to somebody's got to
All right. We are back on the Quiet Drive. Thanks everybody for hanging out. And again, we have some guests on tonight. We have the Royal Queen of the E Nation. She is simply unique. We also have the lovely host of Ladies Night, Wanda Harris. And then my regular partner in crime, the Dame Frankie is with us tonight. And you know how we get down here on the drive. We are a relationship show. We talk about relationships, love, positive relations between black men and black women. And we're about to get into our last topic of the night. What kind of man or woman would you choose to marry if you could choose? If you had a choice, what kind of man or woman would you choose to marry? Ladies, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Dame, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, ladies, you heard the topic. We're gonna let the ladies start this one off. Starting with you, Dame. If you had a choice, what kind of man or would you choose to marry?
Hmm. Well, um, um,
Just give us the type first, so I can get to the other lady, and then we'll come back and discuss what
okay,
what is what.
okay. Strong, tall, definitely black. Um,
Strong,
yeah,
strong and definitely black. Is that what you said?
yeah, yeah. Cause I've heard tall, dark, and handsome from white women, and they don't necessarily mean black. They just means dark hair,
All
dark
right.
eyes, olive skin, whatever. I'm
All right.
talking about
So, all
I'm
right. So you
talking
got.
about a black man. Hmm.
All right. So you got strong and definitely black.
Yeah, black man.
Okay. Is that okay? You good with that? So I'm going to the next ladies or what? Dang.
Oh, oh, okay. I thought you was going to the next lady. Um, yeah. Honest.
All right. Let me ask you this one more time. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What the heck? Oh, oh, sorry. I got distracted by my head buds falling. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that's your
That's the physical type.
strong
If
and
you
black.
mean personality wise, um, honest, like to read. Um, somebody that I can talk to. Um,
Okay.
um, knows a little bit of everything.
What? Okay. So. All right. All right. So okay. Strong black loves to read and knows a
Mhm,
little bit of everything.
mhm. Okay, I might not be understanding what you trying
Well,
to
no,
get.
no, no. That's it. This is your choice. You want
Okay.
somebody all black and reads and knows a little bit of everything. I mean, that's your choice.
Mhm.
Is that the end of your choice? So we can get on to the next lady. Or you got something else you want to throw in?
That's it. That's it.
Okay. All right. Queen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Same question to you. If you had a choice, what kind of man would you choose to marry?
Well, since I am married, my husband is
Mm-hmm.
my choice, though. Somebody that's protective, somebody that's very masculine, somebody that's family oriented. Um, I guess like they, of course, black.
Uh huh.
Somebody that's driven, that sets goals and has the capability of actually bringing those goals into fruition.
Okay.
Somebody
Um.
that's trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll stop there.
Okay. So you want masculine, someone that's protective, someone that is driven, trustworthy. Okay. All right. Vonda. Vonda. Is she there? Did she fall off? No, she's still there. Vonda.
Muted. I'm muted. Sorry, I was talking and I was muted. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Same question. If you had a
Well,
choice, what type of man or kind of man would you choose to marry?
first of all, he would have to be a black man, first and foremost. Um, I want an honest man who has integrity. I want him to be very caring and loving, strong, masculine, and protecting of the family. Um, I want him to love me. Um, I want him to, of course, I love for him to be gainfully employed and be able to support the family. Um, doesn't have to be rich. Uh, what else? Um, I prefer an intellectual man. I think
Hmm.
I love intelligence. I love actually love men who are smarter than me, you know. I love to be able to learn something, from my
Right,
man.
right.
So I think
Okay.
that might
Oh,
be in a nutshell.
okay, all right. See, part of the reason why I'm asking this question is because it's that saying that goes out there that black women don't know what kind of man they want. Black women don't know what they want. You know. So let's go back to you, Dane. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here.
I noticed something about what you said about the kind of man you want to marry.
Hmm.
I noticed you didn't say honesty. Why is that?
Mm.
Yeah,
I didn't say honesty.
no, you
Okay.
did.
Oh my goodness. Um. Well, maybe to. Oh. Okay. To unpack this, maybe because I don't all the time expect honesty.
Don't always expect honesty. All right, hold that thought. We're gonna get all into that. Queen, Queen, are you there?
I'm here.
I noticed something about your man, right?
Hmm.
Not the one you're married to, the fictional one you're talking about. I noticed you didn't say he had to be employed. Why is that?
Because I'm thinking that he's driven. He's maybe I should have said career driven. So and
A lot of guys out there that are driven but don't have jobs. And when you
yeah,
say
I think
driven with a guy, that can be kind of tricky.
okay.
You know,
I
that can
thought
be kind. You can be driven to play video games. I'm serious.
It's true. It's
I'm,
true. But
I'm telling
true.
you the
It
truth. You
is
can be
true.
driven to play video games.
Because
You know, it's
I
kind of
think
when you
I,
start.
th-
Right.
I think one of the things was one, I didn't continue my list, but certain things I just expect to be that's just implied, right? Of course, if I'm thinking of somebody who's family oriented and protective, that comes under that protection and being able to take care of a family. Clearly, you need to have a job. You
Okay.
need
All
to
right.
be
So
a
let's move.
provider.
Uh huh. All right. So let's move over to Vonda. Vonda, you there?
Yep, I'm right here.
I noticed that you didn't say. I noticed something about yours too, right? You
Uh-huh.
also didn't say he had to be employed.
I did, didn't I? Didn't I say he had to have a job? I thought I
I don't
did.
think that. I don't remember hearing that.
He didn't. I said he doesn't have to have a job. He doesn't have to be. I say gainfully employed. He doesn't have to have a.
Okay.
He
Okay.
doesn't
You
have to
did
be
say
rich.
that. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. And so with yours, right? I noticed that you had the longest list, right? So I take it you're a woman that requires a great deal from a man.
Well, no, we actually discussed it a little bit earlier, and so I kind of, added some things. Um,
Hmm.
I and so I'm like, okay, I wanted to be complete. But I'm sure, I didn't, get everything, but these are core based things that I want to see in someone, when I meet them and as I'm getting to know them. These are qualities that matter to me.
Okay. Okay. So before we go, let me tell you what type of woman I would choose as a man, right? The kind of woman I would choose, okay, I'm only looking for maybe one or two things, okay? She has to be a realistic person, okay? and she has to be somewhat of a caretaker. Not that I'm saying that she should be taking care of me or she should be my mother, whatever. But I like nurture. I like a woman with a more nurturing spirit. Okay, there's a need for that because I'm a hard working dude. You know, I bring home the bacon. Hell, I bring home the whole hog. So I need that nurturing type woman to be there. And I'm not going to pick a woman that I'm going to put expectations on, like heavy expectations on. I want to see what she's about first and then see if she fits into my life. So the type of woman that I would, I want to naturally fit into my life. I don't want her to be something that I want her to be. I want her to be herself, but I want who she is to naturally fit into my life. That's the kind of woman I would choose. I would sit and watch for a while, see what type of woman she is, and then see if who she is fits with what I want in my life. And if she fits that, that's the one I'm going to choose. Someone that would naturally fits my life. I would say I'm looking for a woman that naturally fits my life, naturally, because I don't want anything to where she has to put on a show for me or try to act a certain way just to please me. I don't want that because at some point she's going to get tired of doing that. So I would choose a woman that naturally fits what I'm looking for in my life and just naturally fits in my life. So with that being said, Dame, now all you ladies can jump in now, okay? So Dame, so you don't really now Queen and Wanda, Dame says she don't always expect honesty. What's y'all take on that? I think that's big. Y'all give me y'all takes and I'll get my take on it. Go ahead.
All right, I can go. I definitely expect honesty because that comes with the being trustworthy. I can't trust
Mhm.
you if you're not honest.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. I okay. I can expect honesty, but I guess to be more precise, I want honesty, but I don't always expect to get honesty. You know. Mhm.
You know what? I'm
Mhm.
just gonna tell you, I, how do I say this? I do expect honesty.
Mhm.
I do expect honesty, but just on the basis of just knowing, human nature, I realize that people will not always be honest. But I do expect
Precisely.
from the very
Yeah.
beginning. I expect honesty. Like if, I ask you your name, I expect that you're going to tell me your name. You're not going to
Mhm.
give me a fake name.
Yeah.
If I ask you, are you married or do you have children? I do expect an honest answer,
That's right.
you know, to
Yeah.
that question. But I do
Mhm.
realize that some people do lie about their marriage status.
Mhm.
You know, they do lie about, oh, I have, two children with one mother, versus, seven kids with three mothers, you know. Um, so yeah, I do expect honesty. I expect that
Yeah.
because, when I'm meeting someone and I'm putting my best foot forward, I'm not coming out of my trick bag with a whole bunch of lies because
Mhm.
lies are hard to keep up with.
Mhm.
I can't, that's too much pressure.
Uh huh.
Nobody has time for all of that. So just keep it simple. Let's, be honest. So yeah, I do expect honesty.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
But when we talked about this before, right? Me and the Dame, we did a show called "Putting Your Best Foot Forward," right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
And most people say they expect honesty, but can't really handle honesty. So if someone is telling you, if someone shows up, right, and they are a person that doesn't dress so well. Okay, but you seem to think that this person is a decent person, but he's showing up, or he or she is showing up with clothes that are less than adequate to be seen in. Okay, this person is honestly presenting his or herself the way he or she is. Now, many of us will have a problem with that because what they're wearing isn't up to our standards. So if what they're wearing is not up to our standards and it's bothering us and it's causing us to say something to them, try to correct that, are we really accepting their honesty? Dame, read the chat.
Oh, let's see.
Dame, read the chat.
I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. I gotta switch. I gotta switch up when I go to the chat. Okay. Okay. I got kicked off. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Um. I think my husband was extremely jealous, so we never. Wait a minute. Wait a
No,
minute.
no,
Let me.
no. Read the private chat and don't read it out loud, please. Okay, yeah. So what do you say about that, Wanda?
Well, I mean, what question did you ask for specifically?
We was talking about honesty, right? We was
Mm-hmm.
talking about because James said that she doesn't always accept honesty,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then it replied, hold on one second. What's that, Dame?
I said I don't honestly expect honesty.
Did you read the private chat?
Oh, private chat. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to see how I get in there.
All right. While she's
Hold
doing that,
on.
go ahead.
Mm.
While she's doing that, Wanda,
Uh-huh.
so let's get back to what we was talking about. Okay, so she says she doesn't always expect honesty, right? So most of us do, right?
Yeah.
She wants honesty, you want honesty, right?
Yeah.
But you really handle a person being honest. What if that honesty doesn't jive with what you like?
I mean, what do you mean? Like with regards to what?
As far as them being a particular way.
Um, I'm trying to think what a deal breaker, would be, when it comes to honesty. I mean,
Well, I'm saying like, okay, if a person is honest like this, if a person says, okay, well, you know what, listen, I like you a lot, right?
uh-huh.
But sometimes I catch an attitude because in restaurants, the waiter sometimes brings me utensils that aren't wrapped in a napkin, and that irritates me.
Now, depending on if now that was something that was possible that could happen, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I think the first time he received his silverware without it being wrapped up in a napkin, and then I saw the reaction that he had, I think that would be the true test. I mean, I don't think that would be something I worried about, but constantly, I guess until I saw his reaction. Now, if it was something that was way crazy, I'd be like, oh my God, we need to make sure that the napkin is wrapped around the silverware, wherever we go. That would be something I would worry about. But if
Mm.
it was, something like that, it wouldn't be a big deal. But like I said, it depends on how he reacted. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you felt that strongly about your silverware being wrapped up in a napkin. I wish you had told me, you know?
Yeah, I really don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's much of a big deal. I mean, what Dame said could probably be taken out of context. But I don't take it as some people will probably say, okay, well, Dame Frankie doesn't like honest people. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what she's saying. She's saying that she don't always expect honesty, and that's realistic.
No,
We we, we,
I don't do
we
that.
we aren't honest all the time. Even the best of us sometimes are dishonest.
You know what it is, Max?
Uh huh.
She is looking at the glass half full or half empty.
Right.
I expect honesty, so I'm gonna look at it half full. And she doesn't expect them to always be honest, so she's looking at it half empty. Not that she's saying, "Hey, lie to me," because I think you're
But
gonna
he,
lie anyway.
right, right. But here's what I'm saying, right? I think that a lot of us create our own reality, especially when it comes down to relationships, right? When
Hmm.
you use the term always is impossible. Something doesn't always occur. A
Hmm.
person doesn't always do something. None of us do that. So when we are expecting that from another person, then we're putting unrealistic expectations on that person without realizing it. And then when that person can't deliver because they're being natural, because they don't always do something, then we're gonna see that as a problem. But what we don't see is that we put unrealistic expectations on that person by requiring him or her to always do something. So if I said to you, Vaughn, you know what, I expect you to always be honest, that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
At some point in your life or in a relationship, you are going to be dishonest depending on what the situation may be.
Hmm.
You may have to be dishonest, okay, for the greater good, depending on what the situation is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you want to be dishonest, but depending on what is going down, you may have to.
Yeah.
So you're not going to always be honest. None of us are going to always be something or always be the same. I'm a very compassionate guy, but to some people, I don't have compassion for. You know, case in point, these sissy bimps. I don't have any compassion for them.
Hmm.
You know, so right there, I'm not being compassionate. Okay, and I think that this is something that we turn a blind eye to. That's why I wanted this question out here. Like, if you had a choice of a man or a woman, what kind of man would you marry? Right?
Hmm.
And we run down this list. Well, I want a man to do this. I want a woman to do that. I want a man to do this. I've gotten into it myself. I said, hey, I want a woman to be the caretaker. I want her to naturally fit in my life. We have all of these expectations about people because according to what we want, because we don't realize at the time that we're being selfish.
Hmm.
We're not thinking about the other person. All we care about is our own comfort. But what about the other person? What if they don't want to do some of those things? Are they allowed to be themselves? Would you say because a person doesn't want to fit certain things that you want out of them because that's not who they are, should that be automatic grounds for dismissal? What if you can't find the person you're looking for? What if the person you're looking for doesn't exist?
That's true.
And I think
Yep.
that's where we make a lot of mistakes when we get into these relationships. We don't realize how selfish we are by putting so much expectations on other people and wanting them to be a certain way without considering who they really are. That's why I always say, to me, the best is to sit back, take your expectations off the table, and see if this person is somebody that you want in your life naturally. Because if they fit into your life naturally, then boom, you've hit a home run. Then you don't have to worry about this person getting up one day and becoming somebody completely different, somebody that you don't know, but to them, this is who they really are. Feel me?
I agree. I
Mm-hmm.
that and you know what is so funny that you say that because I have often thought that nobody can always be just anything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I know something we would always say when we were kids. I'm gonna always be black, and I'm the only thing I'm gonna always be is black and die. We say that. But people do change. You're not gonna always not be be honest. You're not gonna always be honest. There are gonna be times where you may tell a lie, but there may be a reason, for the lie. Not saying that it's okay, but there may be a reason for the lie, you know? So it's just funny. Nobody's gonna be any one thing 100% of the time, you know? So you may have to lie. And it's like, okay, I guess depending on what you lie about, I mean, I guess that would determine, you know, how you dealt with the person for the most part, you know? So I don't know. That's very interesting take.
Yeah, it is. Okay. And Father, you know that the Quiet Drive is only a 2-hour show, so we are running late. It's time for us to get out of here. Um, Everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we want to thank our guest, our lovely guest, the lovely Father, who is the host of Ladies Night. Check Ladies Night out every Saturday at 10 p.m. Oh, this Saturday you don't want to miss it. It's going to be pretty popping. Okay. Also, like to thank the Queen of the E Nation, Royal Queen Simply Unique. She was in the building tonight, and we'd like to thank her for her contribution. And as always, my sleepy-headed friend and partner in crime, Miss Dane Frankie, for coming in, doing her thing as usual. We'll be back next week on the Quiet Drive on Friday night after midnight. Remember, the Quiet Drive comes on Friday night or midnight, Saturday night or midnight. Okay? So, Vonda, thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you, Max, for having me.
Anything else you want to say to the crowd before we get out of here?
Make sure you guys tune in Saturday night for Ladies Night. 10 p.m. Saturday night. Ladies Night. We'll see you there.
All right, everybody. This is the Quiet Drive. She is the Dame. I am the Black Knight. Peace, power, and unity. And good night.
Bring me your softness. Comfort me through all this madness. Woman, don't you know with you I'm born again? Give me your sweetness. Now that you there is no defense. Lying safe within your arms and I was half not whole. You stand with none. Reaching through this world in need of one. Come show me your kindness. In your arms I know I'll find rest. Woman, don't you know with you I'm born again? Lying safe with you I'm born again. Come bring me your softness. Comfort me through all this madness. Woman, don't you know with you I'm born again? this world in need of one. Come show me your hand. In your arms I know I'll find it. I'm going home with you. I'm gonna get hiding safe with you. I'm gone.